Hello, and welcome back to your favorite podcast. This is Becoming Relentless, and I am your host, Eleanor McCabe, IFBB Bikini Pro, Team Mahaley Coach, and Posing Coach, and I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts,
Cecily Wesh, Team Mahaley Coach.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
You were ready for that one.
I'm so sorry. Danielle Kissenberger, Team Haley Coach. Oh, wow. Yep. That's the second time
one
I've done
day
that
you
to
guys should intro each other.
I
Yeah,
know. You know what? Let's do it right now.
Okay.
You first, though.
Okay. Introducing the lovely, beautiful, positive, impactful Danielle Kissenberger, Team Mahaley Coach.
And the astonishing, amazing, strong woman, Cecily Wesh.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Man, I wasn't ready for that. I felt the heat come up in my body, so I was like, oh, I'm blushing.
You kind of put on the spot
I was
a little
like, oh,
bit
shoot,
there.
now I
Yeah.
got to think about these big words. Wow. That's
Cess
funny.
was ready, and then you
Yeah.
were like, Aston.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like it. I really
Awesome.
like that.
Thanks. That was really nice. You know, we should do that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
We can do it.
Well, that's our intro.
So tonight, we're going to have kind of a fun topic for you guys. We're going to talk about our turn-ons and turn-offs.
For males, mostly.
From our perspective, mostly geared towards men. But I mean,
I bet anyone can agree if for whatever.
I think it
you're
can go
into.
both ways.
I think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like they could say the same thing about us.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
you about me. If like, that was the thing. Oh, we're starting off great. This is good.
Yeah. So just some like nice girl chat, talk it up, kind of get to know a little bit more of a personal side of us today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's always fun, like when we get a little more personal with the podcast, but then also with each other, because it's kind of like we're just hanging out and chatting.
Yep.
And I like that.
us on a regular basis.
Yep.
So who's going to start?
I can go first with a turn off.
Okay.
Like,
I feel like we should go with turn offs.
should we go turn
Let's
off
just go
first?
full swing, like
All the way
Yeah.
in.
knuckle
Yeah.
in.
So the first thing that comes to mind is like lack of passion or lack of drive. I cannot be with somebody who is not passionate about something. Like you could be passionate about Legos and that's fine. Like it's not what it is. It's like I need you to feel something deep inside you, like driving you towards.
I love that you said
bigger-
Legos.
you know, yeah.
Out of all
Yeah.
things, Legos.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that popped up. I agree, though. That's huge. That would be on my top 5
I would agree.
priority.
Yeah.
Number 1 or 2, honestly.
Yeah. Because if you're not passionate about like something in your life, how can you show passion to the person that you love too? You
That's
know?
true. Yeah,
Wow.
because then you might get like super wrapped up into your person because you don't have any passion.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's very healthy.
Yeah.
Toxic relationship 101.
Yeah.
That's funny. And you don't have any purpose either. Like, you don't feel any purpose. You still have purpose. You just don't feel the purpose, okay?
Right.
Let me correct that.
Like you want to wake up and like be excited to pursue something and like have that passion. And so if that's lacking, like I would go on dates in college and if I just felt like they were like, oh, I'm just chilling, I was like, I'm not chilling. Like,
I'm going places.
Yeah.
Thank you
I'm
very
gonna
much.
leave now.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
No deal. That's funny. So, did y'all listen to Justin's podcast the other day about how he asked first date? He said, ask the girl or the guy what they're drinking, or like, and then talk about sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he's really going in for a bang there.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
I think on a first date, if someone were to do that to me, I would actually kind of respect it because I'd be like, oh, wow, you really just want to dive right in.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't intimidate me now, but maybe like when I was younger, I think that might have intimidated me. I would have been like, oh, this is a lot.
Yeah. I think there has to be a lot of finesse in how it's approached too, because some people could just be like, oh, you sound like a dog. Like, you're just trying to get into my pants right now.
That's what I would think firsthand.
But like, if there was some finesse to it and it was like done in a really respectable way, sure, we can talk about it.
I feel that. And like, I think it depends on the energy
Yeah.
of like the date and everything too.
The chemistry for sure. If y'all, you already know, like there's like vibes going on.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's another thing, which I think that's just connection. Honestly, you like the vibes. You can tell if something's off or on. But usually, when you go on a date with someone, you already have chemistry.
Yeah.
Like, why are you going out?
Like
You know what to
something's
know.
there.
Yeah.
Something was like sparked.
Or you're just
yeah.
interested in general.
Yeah.
Or using them.
Mm-hmm.
One of those.
What are some of y'all turn-offs that like first come to mind?
Okay, I have a lot. But no. But none of them based off.
She said, if you breathe.
I don't like it.
None of them are based off like looks
Okay.
per se.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk about looks. Everyone has like
Yeah.
different like. We have
Vastly
we
different.
both think no, like your guy, like your
Yeah.
dream guy, very hot
Yes.
to me. Not my, you know what I'm saying?
But not your dream guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, off topic, I was in the hall today and I was like, in the apartment, okay? And I was like, wow, this guy would look good with Sess. I didn't get his name, but he lives on my floor.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll just go stake out the elevator.
So is that based off of you knowing her preferences?
Yes.
So you're like, oh, this would be Sess's kind of guy. Okay.
I'm always on the lookout. When I'm walking around, I'm like, which one of y'all is Sess's next boy?
I love that.
Oh man.
Yeah. But turn off would be so cocky cocky without a reason to be cocky.
Mhm.
Like if you're confident and you can like, I get it. Like I like jokes that are like, oh, you're confident and like, you know what you're doing, you have purpose and all of that. But if you're just cocky because you just are an asshole, like no.
There has to be like something to like back it up, I guess.
Yeah, I think that the cockiness is generally it's almost entitlement. Like they come across as like a sense of entitlement because I think if you're kind of cocky and you're assertive and like more aggressive, that's fine. But like if you're cocky and entitled, that's when there's an issue.
Yeah.
So then what is the difference between cocky and confident?
Well, we're confident, but we also are cocky in some ways. We're never rude about it though. Like
I think that there's a little bit of humility behind like how you own what you are, and you know your flaws and you're very self-aware. But when you're cocky, you're not self-aware of your flaws and you just think you're the fucking shit.
Yeah.
that was very good.
I think that's like textbook definition, I feel like, of how I would define it. Yeah, for sure. Because being confident is something that you like embody. It's like we are confident because we have like the skills, experience, knowledge. We're just confident in what we're doing and in ourselves. But then like the cockiness, that's more when it's not rooted in like it's lack of self-awareness. That's what I like what you said.
And I would say that lack of self-awareness would be another big turnoff for me alongside lack of confidence. Like if someone can't own who they are and they can't like you can't love someone if you don't love yourself.
Right.
So if you don't love yourself, you're obviously not confident.
Yeah, which that's just personal growth and self-growth.
Yes,
which
of course.
Yeah, that's like, so not flaw, turn on is working, it's personal growth. Like you like constantly working yourself. But I was going to say flaw that goes along with this is being rude. I don't care.
That's,
dude, if you are rude to any person, I will call you out.
Like people who are rude to waiters, that is such a big turnoff to me. Or like any service worker, like you don't need to cop an attitude with them. No. There's no reason. Like they're literally getting paid nothing to do this right now. And I don't think they're very fulfilled in their life. So don't take it out on them if they're having a bad day.
Working to make money to live. Let them live.
Yeah. And you have
them money.
Like you have no idea what people are going through. And it's like, it's probably a mistake, whatever happened. Like, I just feel like people who are rude, it's probably because like internally they're not okay with themselves. Like it goes hand in hand with that like self-confidence and self-awareness and self-growth. If they're lacking all of that, then they're going to be outwardly like lashing out to other people.
So being rude to someone's face, big turn off. Also big turn off talking bad about people behind the back.
Yes.
They are equally as rude to me.
I would agree.
Like both
just absolute disgust.
Really. I hate that. That's number one on turn off, honestly.
Yeah. I would agree. Like if they have nothing nice to say, like if you can't say it to someone else, then why are you saying it to other people?
So one thing I do, which like we're all really, I would say we're really nice people. But when I know like I'm in a mood is if I like listen to my thoughts in my head as I'm like walking. And if none of them are really rude, but if some are like more negative, then I'm like, oh, D, get out of your mood. What are you in? Like, kind of thing. So I think the people that are rude or like talk bad about others and listening to this, like if you recognize what thoughts you have, you can tell like, hey, something's up with the inside, like mentally.
Yeah.
Self-awareness.
Being able to self-awareness. Exactly.
That's funny. Do y'all have any more turnoffs? I mean, there's so many, but like
I have like a random like funny one.
Ooh, I want to know.
Okay. It's so specific. It's like when a guy goes to the bathroom and stands up to pee and then farts. Like, I don't know why.
Wait.
Yeah, I know this is so specific. I know this is so specific.
Like, I have so many questions.
Bro, there's this guy I really, really liked in college, and we were like kind of seeing each other, and he had like stayed over one night. He got up and went to the bathroom, didn't close the door. So maybe that's it. Like maybe it's the fact he like didn't close the door. Like he was so comfortable. And I heard him like pee, and then I just heard him like let one rip, and I was like, we're not there yet. Like we're just dating. Like this is not okay. I was like, that's it.
Really?
It turned me off immediately.
Okay,
like
so now that you're in a relationship for a very long time, if XYZ,
Zach farts all the time. Yeah, it's just like whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was just because this is a beginning thing.
Yeah, it was just. I think it was like because he was so comfortable, just like. Off the bat.
You're like, how nasty can this guy really be if I really get to know him?
Yeah, like I was like, dude, like you couldn't even close the door. Like I think Zach and I, like we had like, you know how like you don't go to the bathroom around your significant other for like a while? It's like a thing. Mm-hmm. But then eventually, like whatever, you live together, so it happens. Like I think for like a year, Zach and I had like, we were very polite. We'd close the door, like turn the fan on, run water. Like I'd run the shower sometimes just to like hide any noise, anything. Because I was like super just like private. But then eventually you kind of come out of that. So I feel like initially if someone is like so just like comfortable and not concerned with their privacy, I'm like, it gives me the ick immediately.
So when I first started seeing, y'all know whom. Well, I told him I was pee shy, and I got made fun of for so long. Have y'all like been like pee shy is a thing?
No. Pee is just
Shy.
pee.
I literally would sit there and I couldn't pee. But it's not that the fact that I had to pee, it was the fact the sound.
The sound of the pee is just water.
There was like a
running.
mental block there.
And
I feel that.
Yeah, and then I would like turn on the faucet as I was peeing. Turn it off, flush, turn it back on, wash your hands, and you're done.
I think these are like very specific to us too, like the last couple, but that was like my fun one.
That is funny.
It's hard for me to come up with them like now. I always have to go back to like college and like maybe when I wasn't so mature because I've been with Zach for like 5 years. So it's like my turnoffs have like definitely evolved. I think that's like as you get into a relationship with someone and you grow with them, those like turnoffs, they might change or evolve. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, I don't have anything like that, to be honest. Wow, that's awesome. Do you have any ones that are like embarrassing? Not embarrassing, whatever you call that.
No, not really.
You know what?
I mean, okay, maybe this one might be getting a little bit too personal.
Okay, no. Let's hear it.
It might.
It's just girly chat. We're just chatting with our girls.
This is gonna sound really toxic, guys.
Oh. I kind of like it.
Like, what's gonna happen?
When people like me too much, too quickly, that is kind of an ick for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of want you to make me work for it a little bit.
Oh, you
first.
are toxic as.
No,
just kidding. No, I get it. I get
it. I definitely think that there's like validity to that though, because in the beginning, like when you're getting to know somebody, there's fun in the chase, and like that only lasts for so long. Like
it's called the fantasy, isn't it? I've heard it's like the fantasy part of the relationship where you like jump like
the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But you know why you're like that right now? Because your last guy was all in like very fast.
Yeah.
I think if your energies have to match each other.
Yeah.
Because I've had that as well where it was like the guy was way too into it and I wasn't. And then I've also had it where I was super into the guy and he was not into it. And it's like we just weren't at the same place, same time, same energy. Like we were just different. It just wasn't working. But with Zach and I, like when we met from the jump, like we were both very interested in each other to the point where like outsiders were like, that you guys are weird. Like this is weird. Cause like he met my parents a week into us dating, and then we moved in together 3 months after we started dating.
Wow.
3 months. I was like, I look back, I'm like, wow, that's a little like fast, like a little toxic.
How long have y'all
probably.
been together?
5 years.
Oh yeah, wow.
3 months of us like meeting. Like we met, and then 3 months to the date, we moved in together.
That's a quarter of my lifetime. It is.
It's just that makes it sound really long. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it does. But it's like our energies were the same.
Yeah.
So it didn't intimidate me. It was like, oh, I'm super into him and he's super into me. So like if your guys' energies weren't matching and he was like super into you, I feel like you might feel caged or like just like, okay, this is too much, like too fast. I don't like it. Like you're not making me work for anything. Nothing's a mystery. Like I know I have you.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's talk about some
Turn-on.
turn-ons.
Oh, being polite.
Yeah.
Biggest. Yeah, that's on my top
Flip
5.
side of like being rude.
Thank
being
you.
polite.
Yeah, just saying things up in the door
Mm-hmm.
for others. It doesn't have to be me per se. Like honestly, well, I would like for you to open the door for me, but I would rather you do it for the 10 people around me than me.
Yeah.
Close it on me as long as it gets in. I can do it myself.
I feel that. Like, so being polite and going out of your way to almost, it's the self-awareness piece again.
Yeah.
Like being self-aware of like what's going on around you, opening doors, saying thank you, just like being a generally polite human. Yeah, that's definitely a turn on.
Big turn-on for me, being funny.
Oh, yes.
You gotta be funny, man. If you can't make me laugh, there's something going wrong. And if you don't laugh at my jokes, you have to think I'm funny too.
Yeah. Or at least,
Or at least giggle.
Right.
Like it or fake it. Yeah. You allow a little wheeze.
Some sort of indication that like you get my humor.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Assertiveness is another one for me. Like, I think, let me know if you guys relate to this, but as we're coaches, we are very strong, powerful women. Like, we take charge in our lives. We control a lot. We control other people through coaching. Like, we're in control a lot. So when someone can be assertive and take that first step to do something, that's huge for me.
Mhm.
Like, just tell me what you want. That's
Yeah.
what I like.
I do like that. I think for me, like it's not assertiveness, it's like the decision-making factor. I prefer like, because I make so many decisions and I'm so in control, if like my partner can make a big decision for us or like make a decision and not us go back and forth, like I love that. That's a turn on. So like, because I would say in my relationship, like I'm probably the assertive one. Like I'm very like forward, and I've even been called aggressive, but I don't take it as like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like I am kind of aggressive, but like it's really nice when I can just sit back and Zach is like, yeah, we've got breakfast plans at XYZ at this time. I'm like sick. Like I don't have to do a thing.
That's nice. Yeah. I agree with that. Assertive with anything, just wanting to see you, all of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
That is big.
Being assertive.
Yeah. Do you have any? I will say, I like when a man can dress well, like dress good. Yeah.
Like fashionable.
Yeah.
I don't.
But I'm not, like, if you can't dress, I still like you.
Right.
It's cool. Okay, it's not a turn off or, I wouldn't say it was a turn on either. I think it's cool, trait to be able to have an eye for like being able to dress good. If you can, I still think you're cool. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So you're not going to change levels per se.
Yeah.
But I do think it's cool.
I would agree. Like having like a sense of fashion, like knowing how to dress yourself. Like,
But I do like when maybe like they're goofy or they're bad at stuff that I'm good at. So it makes me feel like, oh, I got you. Don't worry.
You can
Yeah.
balance them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that too. A turn on. We've touched on a lot of it. I think the confidence in themselves was huge. Like that's really big for me. I think when I'm like being in a stable, like long partnership, like my turn-ons currently are like when we're able to plan our future together. Like I can see us growing together. And I like when he challenges me actually to like change or grow in my perspectives or the way I handle things. That's a turn on for me because like I'm very focused in on like my work and like I'm very hard-headed. I can be very stubborn. So when somebody can like challenge me and be like, hey, there might be a better way, or like, hey, I don't think that you're doing this correctly, or I can teach you a different way. I like that. That's a turn on, being like challenged to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
I agree. I have one for y'all, which we're all gonna agree. When they are friends like each other, like, or my friends like him,
Yeah.
and my friends and my guy can get along. Even if y'all are different vibes, like y'all can still stay in a room together and like get along.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Like your partner being able to stand on their own with your friends. Because that was a big one for me too. Like I liked bringing Zach around to all my friends to meet them because I knew I could leave. Like I could leave him with them and he'd be fine. Like he could stand on his own feet. They liked him. He liked them. And like social skills, that I think like that is like huge. That they're not just like so connected to you that they can't connect with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puppy dog you.
Another turn on.
Puppy dog.
Goes along with the puppy dog. They have a life outside of you in their own friend group and their own things that they like to do. And actually, I like it when they have different interests than me because I think it's nice to be able to see into someone else's world, but also for them to have something else that they love to do that's separate from like what I like to do and from what we like to do.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because then you guys have your separate days. Like you can go do your separate things and then come together and you have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Like you guys did something different and now you can catch up. Or you can go support them in their interests and they support you in yours, but you have your independent lives. I like that a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of having a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
What are some like fun turn-ons that you guys have? Any weird ones?
Danielle, you go first.
No.
Put you on the spot.
Wait. What's appropriate? What's
I think we can. It's our podcast, so it's whatever you're most comfortable sharing. But also
make
like
the move. I want to make the move on you. I want to take control in bed, but I also want to be dominated.
Ooh, we went there.
So
Well, you said Danielle go first, and I was like, well, the only thing in my head right now is this.
so being able to play both,
Yeah.
like a position of power, and then
Yeah.
like give up the power.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah.
It's dynamic. I like it.
I agree. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Do y'all feel the same way?
I do feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the same.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
Which we've had many sex talks.
Yes.
Not on the podcast.
No.
but-
Not yet.
Yeah,
Just
not
kidding.
yet. If that's what you guys want, let us know. Like a fun turn on. Maybe it's weird. I feel like this would be personal to me, but maybe not. I really like when my wrists are grabbed and like squeezed. That like if Zach and I are like play fighting and he grabs my wrist and just squeezes them, I'm like, okay. Like whatever we were doing, I forget. Let's go. I really like that.
cute.
I don't know. It's like a pressure
Yeah.
thing. I like being like squeezed, but especially like my wrists.
Do you like feel like he has like power over, like control?
I think
Is that
so.
what it is?
I think it's because he's so gentle, and then I realize like he's really strong. He just holds back, and so when he does that, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's cute. Aw.
Yeah,
That's
like
very
my
cute.
wrist thing.
Man, now it's my turn.
Mhm.
I've been trying to
I
thank
know
you
you-
guys
We're very similar.
I know. Like Danielle's thing is basically the same exact thing as mine.
You're definitely more of the I feel like aggressive side.
Yeah. I
If
like
I'm
it
like at a level,
assertive, aggressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without getting into too much detail.
Yeah. Like, how deep should we go? That's funny.
Yeah. We can mom skip this one.
Yeah.
If I'm like at a level 8, you're like a 9.
Yeah.
You're all, or if like whatever the levels are in anyone's scale, like you're always one
little up.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, that's for you.
A little harder.
So if a guy is not into fitness, is that a turn on or turn off for you guys? Like, are there lines on?
Good question.
Yeah.
So, oh, sorry.
No, you can go.
Not a turn off or on, but I will say if you're not into fitness, we won't be like probably together. Like I don't see us probably dating each other for long, or having like a future together in that way, but we can like, it's not a full turn off.
So it wouldn't completely turn you off, but it's also, it's not a turn on, obviously.
Yeah. I would say like they have to have some sort of interest within fitness, whether it's like, I just want them to take care of themselves. And I think that for me, training has taught me so much about myself, and it's helped me grow both physically, mentally, spiritually, that I don't know if I could connect with someone who hasn't been through some kind of change like that. So they would need to like at least like to train like here and there. They don't need to be all in. I definitely don't have to date a bodybuilder, and they don't have to be super huge, but like I want them to be interested in making themselves better in the gym.
Right.
I do have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have to be bigger than you?
What do you mean by bigger?
Like human wise? Like, of course you like guys with muscle.
Yeah.
But do they have to be
Like really
bigger?
yacked?
Not like huge yacked, but like just bigger body?
I would say like slightly bigger than me. Yeah. Like they don't have to be like a ton bigger, but like I definitely don't want to be bigger than them.
Okay.
I mean, I only weigh like 153 right now. So like, that's like on the side of shrimpy, right?
Hey,
Oh, no,
wait
that
a sec.
sounds really
You're shrimpy. What am I? I'm a fly. You can fling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You're just a muscle mommy.
yeah. I mean, you're interested in fitness, so
Yeah.
it would make sense that you'd want a partner that is also interested in fitness. It doesn't have to be his life, but then on that same token, it's probably not a turn on or off really if he's like maybe riding the midline. Like he goes to the gym, he trains, he helps you train, like maybe he can spot you, but it's not his life.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't know if I would want it to be his life, to be completely honest.
I feel like from a friend that the guy that you're gonna be with, and maybe it's just because like your past guys, is gonna be super into fitness, but isn't going to be like my life.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're gonna love it. They're gonna love training, but they aren't gonna be like hardcore bodybuilder. That's kind of what I'm.
So bodybuilder, turn on or turn off?
I would say it would be kind of a null point. Like it's not
Midline.
a turn off. But
Some
it's not a
some
turn
people
on.
get real weird about it. Like some people
They
are
do.
like, I will never date a bodybuilder. Or some
Yeah.
people are like, I will only date bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the ones that it can kind
I
of
just
get
like
extreme.
to keep an open mind, because at the end of the day, I think it really comes down to energy and how you connect and how you vibe with someone. So it's hard to put like physical characteristics and even like their interests into play when it comes to thinking about like who I would want to be with. So it really has to do with energy and like how I feel when I'm with them. That's the biggest thing. Chemistry is huge, and how you feel when you're around the person and how they make you feel about yourself and how you feel when you think about them when you're not with them. I think that's like
so cute.
really big.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think that was very well said. And I agree. I think like with turn-ons and turn-offs, like everybody is going to have their own individual preferences in terms of like physical characteristics. Probably we have our preferences, but it sounds like all of us, like we value their character, their like we want them to have the same values as us in terms of like morals and how they conduct themselves like as a human, versus like just being very shallow with it. Like I do have a couple shallow turn-ons and turn-offs, but for the most part, like I think all of us can relate that it was more than surface level.
Yeah. And I think that with those shallow like turn-ons and turn-offs, like if someone comes along and they have amazing energy and you vibe with them super well, at that point, sometimes those turn-offs turn into like weird turn-ons that you have now. So just keep an open mind, I think. But not when it comes to like people being nice and polite.
And rude.
And rude.
And hateful.
I'm just kidding. I think there are some like non-negotiables, but with the small, like less heavy ones, be open-minded. That's what I always like to try to keep an open mind.
I think that's smart.
Yeah. I think that's great life advice just in general. Keep an open mind. Do you guys have any other last like turn-ons, turns-offs that you want to discuss?
Turn on, very happy. Like me. Super simple and short, but if you're happy, I'm happy.
When they match your positivity.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, like when you're in a good mood, you want your partner to be in a good mood so you guys can vibe off each other.
And even if you're not in a good mood, like it's okay. We can be on 2 separate moods, but like work together.
Yeah.
Not like, dude, don't talk to me.
Don't bring me down because you're in a bad mood. Basically.
Yeah.
Like I will help you, but the world's not on fire all the like just because your mood's just not the best.
Yeah. I think communication is just like really important there too, making sure that you guys are communicating where your mood's at. 'Cause I get
and like for me as a partner, like if I'm really happy, like I want my partner to be
Feel
on the
what you're
happiness.
feeling.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you share that with them. You share your feelings with them.
Yep.
I like that. Being happy.
That's all I got.
Cool.
That sounds good. I love it. I think it's kind of fun having these girly chats. I hope you guys liked this episode, our turn-ons and turn-offs. And we can definitely do stuff like this in the future. So let us know, give us your feedback. And we appreciate y'all for listening.
Thank you. I hope y'all really enjoyed the podcast today, leaving it feeling more relentless than ever. But we have a few things that we would love to ask of you, so I'm going to give this over to Noah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you could, I know that this is your new favorite podcast. Please leave a 5-star rating and review. Leave any comments and questions below. And make sure that you're sharing across social media so that all of your friends get to listen to the greatest podcast on earth.
And if you have any questions about any topics that we talk about or anything at all, fitness, competing related, anything, we'll hit you back up, Instagram or in the podcast under, if the comment box is there, then we will definitely answer your questions and help you out as best as we can.
Absolutely. So leave those 5-star reviews, let us know, and we'll talk to y'all again soon.
Have a relentless day.
Bye.